Mornings were my worst when I was struggling with anxiety. It felt like I could sleep the whole night, but when I wake up in the morning, I felt like I had been hit on by a tractor. Extreme fatigue, and also sometimes I could struggle with lack of sleep. I was just so lethargic. Like morning were my worst in the anxiety journey. I had extreme anxiety in the morning. First of all, if you're someone who is struggling with morning anxiety, I want you to know that even while you are asleep, your brain still releases bouts of adrenaline, bouts of cortisol. So you won't notice because you're asleep. So when you wake up in the morning is when it hits like a train. It really hits so bad, especially if you're struggling with morning anxiety, these kind of things. Then also, cortisol helps in waking everyone up, but someone who is sensitized, someone who is struggling with anxiety, you're gonna have excess cortisol as compared to someone who is non-sensitized. And also, if you're struggling with morning anxiety for a long time, if you expect it, it's gonna come and even more worse. So because you are expecting it, because I knew my mornings were gonna be worse, I had extreme morning anxiety. But I want you to know something. There is, like, morning anxiety is just a name. It's just anxiety that you have in the morning, but the way to deal with it is the same way the way you deal with other sensations. There is no trick to it. It is not that it is special, that it is different from the normal anxiety that you always have. It is just the same. Get out of bed as soon as you wake up and drag yourself around. I used to feel like at that time I was in uni and I couldn't even do the house chores. I couldn't even have the energy to get out of bed. But what I realized after reading books, after knowing how to deal with anxiety, get out of bed as soon as you wake up and start doing the things. I know you're gonna feel really fatigued. You're not going to feel like it. Adrenaline, your brain is in freeze mode. You are experiencing racing thoughts, all the anxiety symptoms. But drag yourself around with the way you feel. That's the only way to counter morning anxiety. Don't just lay in bed that you don't feel like you won't feel like it, but because we are in the process of rewiring our brains, because we are in the process of retraining your brain, you have to keep going with the way you feel. That's the way to overcome morning anxiety, depression. You drag yourself around, and as time goes by, as days go by, you'll feel like you'll be lighter, you'll be able to do these activities, you'll be able to go on with the day without feeling so much anxiety.